guys ready? Ready? You know, so are we. Hafade, and welcome to the Guam Legislature. As we're here to remember, especially on his birthday, today's his birthday for Mr. Rivera, and we have his family here, and we would like to present to you this resolution. And this resolution is resolution number 6-37 COR. And it's introduced by myself, Speaker Therese Terlahi, Sabina Paris, Roy Kanata, Jose San Agustin, Christopher Duenas, Amanda Shelton, Frank Bloss Jr., Will Parkinson, Joanne Brown, Jesse Lujan, Tom Fisher, Chris Barnett, Tina Munya Barnes, and Dwayne St. Nicholas. And this is relative to posthumously recognizing the late Jesus Salas Rivera for his dedicated service and commitment as a multisport head coach and youth center coordinator to our island community, and commending him for his 40 years of service as Chief Facilities Inspector for the U.S. government, and expressing condolences to his family on his passing and on behalf of the people of Guam.
Be it resolved by the Committee on Rules of Imina 37 na Legislature in Guahan. Whereas it is the sense of the Legislature in Guahan to honor the life and accomplishments of those distinguished citizens of this great island, and it is the custom of the Legislature in Guahan to pay tribute to those individuals whose professional lives and civic endeavors serve to enhance the stature of Guam. And whereas attendant to such concern and in full accord with its long-standing traditions, it is further the intent of the Legislature in Guahan to posthumously recognize Jesus Salas Rivera. And whereas Jesus Salas Rivera was born in Hagat, Guam on January 31, 1939, his birthday's today, and is one of 12 children of Antonio S. Rivera and Ana S. Rivera. Jesus Salas Rivera was married to Angustia Tanatongo Rivera and remarried to Diana Ujoa. And Jesus Salas Rivera is the father of Roland T. Rivera, a retiree of the Guam Fire Department, Ralph T. Rivera, a retiree of the U.S. Air Force, Eloise R. Sanchez, a retiree of the Guam Department of Education, Pinky R. Brindejunk, a local entrepreneur, and April R. Wolford, a federal contractor. And
whereas Jesus Salas Rivera dedicated 41 years of his life as a Federal Civil Service Chief Facilities Inspector from 1960 to 2000, retiring as a GS-11 Chief Facilities Inspector. And whereas in addition to his 4 decades of service as a federal government employee, Jesus Salas Rivera dedicated himself to assisting the government of Guam as a member of the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board, the Guam Parole Board, and a staffer with the Guam Territorial Adjutant General's Office. And whereas in building futures with the people of Guam, Jesus Salas Rivera served as a youth center coordinator for the village of Mangilo during the 1970s, organizing sport events and activities which gave support and a positive outlook to the community of Mangilo.
Whereas through his role as head coach for baseball, soccer, basketball, and softball teams representing the village of Mangilo, Jesus Salas Rivera was a mentor to his athletes, teaching them the importance of teamwork, good sportsmanship, and the virtues of achieving success. And whereas, although Jesus Salas Rivera's service as a youth center coordinator for the village of Mangilo did not earn him much in the form of monetary compensation, his work was measured in the joy he brought to countless children and young adults throughout the village and community.
Whereas Jesus Salas Rivera created an environment where each member of the team felt that their role was just as important as the other. He taught his teams to be proud of their performances regardless of the outcome of the game. Jesus Salas Rivera fostered a winning environment as he knew how to bring out the best of those around him. And whereas beyond the field and court, Jesus Salas Rivera instilled in his children the value of being authentic, caring, and considerate. He was a loving father, grandfather, and was without question the most hardworking and generous provider for each of his children. Jesus Salas Rivera taught his family that life was a classroom, and through his examples, his children learned that nothing in life comes easy, and then once they've learned something, no one can take that away from them.
Whereas Jesus Salas Rivera represented the generation of Guamanians who believed in taking good care of others and the community they call home. He left an indelible mark on the lives of children and young adults who were blessed to learn and become inspired by his example of humility, grit, and grace.
Be it resolved that the Committee on Rules of Mina 37 Legislature in Guam do hereby, on behalf of the Legislature in Guam and the people of Guam, posthumously recognize the late Jesus Salas Rivera for his dedicated service and commitment as a multisport head coach and youth center coordinator to our island community, and commend him for his 40 years of service as a chief facility inspector for the United States government, and express condolences to his family on his passing on behalf of the people of Guam, and it be further
Resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify and the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to the family of the late Jesus Salas Rivera and to the Honorable Lourdes A. Leon Guerrero, Imagahagan, Guahan. At this time, if we can call the family up to receive the resolution. And of course, say a few words, yes. Speaker, please.
Yeah, just a bit. My sisters and I were kind of doing debating who's going to come up and say a few words on behalf of the family. So you're looking at the third place winner. You're looking at the winner. But I want to start out by thanking the senators, Speaker, Senator Brown, Senator Lujan, Senator Perez, Senator Parkinson, Senator San Augustine. You knew my dad from way back when. So this has somewhat of a personal touch to it. So when I see you, I remember the times in which we interacted, interfaced, when he served with the National Guard. Right, and you were parallel to that, and you were there, and we saw your interaction, and at the time I was up at Anderson and doing the things I do up there. So I want to thank you for being here today along with everyone else. You have such a busy schedule. You all really do. So, and we're very humbled by, and this is not a meaningless performa. It's not. This is the people's house. And today on his birthday, he's being recognized and honored for the goodness that he brought to this island, the goodness, this guy had a way of extracting what was good and pure from everyone he interacted with. And if that doesn't personify who we are as a people, I don't know what does. And really, that's what we took away from our father. I want to introduce to everyone my family, my sister Eloise Sanchez, my sister Pinky Brenderjonk, and by the way, speaker, good job on the pronunciation. Yeah, that was good. Pinky Brenderjonk, of course, our father's great-granddaughter, Lila Electo. She's here joining us today, too. So the generations run deep with our family. We have a sister in Washington. Her name is April, and she's there, and hopefully she's watching. And our brother Roland, he's watching his grandkids today. So, like the good grandfather that he is, he has a lot of them. So he's always busy doing those kinds of things. So we know that he's with us today. I want to thank my sisters and my siblings and their kids of kind of showing Dad the love that he had shown us when he was around. And so these things are when we thought, I sat there and I was listening and I said, wow, the platitudes, right? They're amazing. And at some point you reflect on our dad's life and you say, wow, he did all that stuff. He did it in such a humble way because that's where he came from. He taught us what he learned from his experience. And trust me when I say he came from humble beginnings. And so when you're brought up learning that working hard is going to allow you the better things in life or a good life, really, we couldn't have asked for a better dad and mom than the ones that we had. We're truly blessed to have both of them. And Dad, for sure, today, happy birthday, Dad. He would have been, somebody help me out here, 1939? It would have been 84. Good. Thank you. We had a good math student in the family. But again, I know I'm rambling on here, but how often do we stand here? We only have one dad, and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to share with everyone what it is to be children of this great man. And the fact that he is being honored today in the People's House makes us feel so honored to be Guamanians, right? Being Chamorros, being part of Guam. And so all that hard work and sweat equity and everything he's done in his life, it culminates now. It culminates now because its story's being told, its story's being shared with Guam and Guam's leaders. And what better way to say, job well done, Dad. Thank you to my sisters. I love you. My family, I love you. Strong leadership. I'm excited to see what this body brings to our island in this cycle here. And by the looks of it, it's January 31st, and the future looks bright. And I'm so excited to see what you have in store to make our lives greater. This is a great start, so keep it going. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Jason. I don't know what kind of words I can use to really express my thanks, my thank you to you. And your office, Senator Taitague, your office, especially Jason. Thank you, sir. You called me. You could have emailed me. Easy. Hit send. We're done, right? But you called. You called. To me, that's a personal touch. A guy my age sees so much value in that, and you represent a great leader, and you yourself a great human being. So thank you for what you've done for our family. Again, thank you. I appreciate it, and I know that was long, but thanks a lot. Thanks. I love you guys, and thanks again. Thank you.
This will conclude our presentation for our resolution. And thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. And thank you again to the family of the late Jesus Salas Rivera. Thank you.
Viva.